The pyramids of Giza were not constructed by slaves. Archaeological evidence indicates they were built by a workforce of laborers who were compensated and well fed. Bananas do not grow on trees, they grow on plants that are essentially giant herbs. The historical Buddha is not known to have been overweight. Marie Curie did not die from immediate radiation exposure during her research. She passed away from aplastic anemia, likely caused by prolonged exposure to radiation. The Colosseum was not primarily a venue for gladiator battles. It hosted a variety of events, including animal hunts, executions, and mock naval battles, alongside gladiatorial contests. Santa Claus was not invented by Coca-Cola as an advertising strategy. He was already a part of American popular culture. The Bible does not specify that exactly 3 magi visited the baby Jesus, nor that they were kings or traveled on camels. It only mentions that there was more than one magus. Neither the mafia nor other criminal organizations have regularly used cement shoes to drown their victims. Cinco de Mayo is not Mexico's Independence Day. It commemorates the Mexican victory over the French at the Battle of Puebla in 1862, not their independence from Spain. Albert Einstein did not propose the theory of relativity out of thin air. His work built upon and synthesized ideas from earlier physicists, including Maxwell and Lorentz. The Wild West was not as lawless or violent as portrayed in movies. Historical records suggest that most frontier towns had low homicide rates and emphasized order. The RMS Titanic was not advertised as unsinkable. This myth arose after the disaster. The ship was described as practically unsinkable, referring to its advanced safety features. The signing of the Declaration of Independence did not occur on July 4, 1776. Most delegates signed the document on August 2, 1776, with some signatures added even later. A bumblebee's ability to fly does not defy the laws of physics. Early misunderstandings led to this myth, but modern aerodynamics explain their flight through wing motion and air vortices. The Salem witch trials did not primarily involve burning witches. Convicted individuals were hanged or pressed to death. Burning at the stake was more common in Europe. Vomitoriums were not places for Romans to vomit during feasts. They were actually the entrances and exits of stadiums, allowing crowds to spill out quickly. The Spanish flu did not originate in Spain. Spain, being neutral during World War I, reported openly on the flu without wartime censorship, leading to the misnomer. Vincent van Gogh did not cut off his entire ear to give to a lover. He severed part of his ear during a mental health crisis and gave it to a woman in a brothel, not a romantic partner. The idea of witches flying on brooms originated from folklore and symbolism, rather than being a widespread belief among those accused of witchcraft. Vikings wore simple, functional helmets without horns, contrary to popular depictions in media. They were also not exceptionally tall. The average Viking man was about 5 feet 7 inches, 170 centimeters, similar to men in other parts of Europe at the time. Napoleon was approximately 5 feet 7 inches, 170 centimeters, which was slightly above the average height for his era, debunking the myth that he was unusually short. Thomas Edison improved the light bulb by creating a more durable filament, building on the work of previous inventors like Nikola Tesla. Humans use far more than 10% of their brains for a variety of complex functions and processes. The Great Wall of China is not visible from space without assistance, debunking a common myth. Albert Einstein excelled in mathematics, contrary to the myth that he failed math during his school years. Disproving the myth, Einstein did not fail mathematics during his school years. The Bible does not specifically mention an apple as the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden story. Microwave cooking can actually preserve nutrients more effectively than some traditional methods, rather than destroying them. Lemmings do not commit mass suicide. This misconception was popularized by inaccurate nature documentaries. Humans and chimpanzees share a common ancestor. Humans did not evolve directly from chimpanzees. The phrase "blood is thicker than water" originally emphasized bonds formed through shared experiences and does not mean family relationships are inherently stronger. Rosa Parks was not seated in the white section of the bus during the event that sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. Instead, she was in the front of the colored section where African Americans were required to sit. She refused to give up her seat when the white section became full, defying the bus driver's order. The cause of the Great Chicago Fire remains unknown. The popular story involving a cow is a myth. Penguins are not lifelong mates. They are monogamous but often change partners seasonally. Chameleons change color in response to mood, temperature, and light, not solely to camouflage themselves. Ancient Greek and Roman sculptures were originally painted in vibrant colors. They appear white today because the pigments have worn away over time. Earth is not the only planet with water. Mars and Jupiter's moon, Europa, also contain water. It does not take 7 years to digest chewing gum. It passes through the digestive system without being broken down. Goldfish have memories longer than 3 seconds and are capable of recognizing different songs. Ostriches do not bury their heads in the sand when frightened. Instead, they lie flat and blend in with their surroundings. Opossums cannot hang by their tails while sleeping. They use their tails for gripping, but not for extended support. Sugar does not cause hyperactivity in children. Studies have debunked the sugar high myth. Lightning can strike the same place multiple times, contrary to the popular saying. Earth is not a perfect sphere. It is an oblate spheroid, slightly flattened at the poles. Genes do not determine race. Humans share 99.9% of their genetic material, and significant diversity exists within all population groups. The Middle Ages did not widely believe the Earth was flat. Educated people of the time knew it was round. Dogs do not sweat through their tongues. While they pant to cool themselves, they sweat through the pads of their paws. The 5-second rule for dropped food is not accurate. Bacteria can transfer to food immediately upon contact with the ground. Not all deserts are hot. Polar deserts, for instance, can be extremely cold. Fortune cookies did not originate in China. They are an American invention associated with Chinese-American restaurants. If you touch a baby bird, its mother will not reject it because of human scent. Most birds have a limited sense of smell. Alcohol does not raise body temperature despite the warming sensation it may provide. Swimming immediately after eating is not dangerous. The most significant risk is a minor cramp. You don't need to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. There is no required waiting period to contact the police about a missing individual. Adding salt to water has only a minimal effect on boiling time. Going outside with wet hair in cold weather does not cause colds. Only viruses can lead to illness. A coin dropped from a great height, such as the Empire State Building, cannot kill someone. It may sting, but it isn't fatal. Cracking your knuckles does not lead to arthritis, although it might slightly weaken grip strength over time. Bats are not blind. In fact, they can see 3 times better than humans. Humans have more than 5 senses, possibly between 14 and 20, including balance and the ability to sense temperature. Shaving does not cause hair to grow back thicker. The new hair may feel coarser because it has a blunt edge. Mount Everest is not the tallest mountain on Earth when measured from base to summit. Hawaii's Mauna Kea is taller, with much of its base submerged underwater. Coffee does not significantly dehydrate you. Moderate coffee consumption contributes to your daily fluid intake. Sushi does not mean raw fish in Japanese. It actually refers to vinegared rice, often paired with a variety of ingredients, including raw fish. The Sahara Desert is not the largest desert in the world. Antarctica holds that title, as deserts are defined by low precipitation, not temperature. The Canary Islands are not named after birds. Their name originates from the Latin Canariae Insulae, referring to the island's large dogs. The term Third World does not imply poverty or underdevelopment. Originally, it categorized countries that were not aligned with NATO or the Communist bloc during the Cold War. The phrase dark side of the moon is misleading. All sides of the moon receive sunlight. The far side is simply not visible from Earth. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria was not a single catastrophic event. Its decline was gradual, involving several incidents over centuries rather than one fire. The Spanish Inquisition was not as deadly as commonly believed. Historical records indicate far fewer executions than the tens of thousands often claimed. Diamonds are not formed from coal. Most diamonds originate in the Earth's mantle, far deeper than the regions where coal is found. The phrase rule of thumb does not stem from a law about wife beating. It likely refers to using one's thumb as a rough measuring tool. Gladiators did not always fight to the death. Many matches were strictly regulated, allowing for surrender and survival of the participants. Walt Disney did not create Mickey Mouse entirely on his own. UB Iwerks, a Disney animator, played a crucial role in designing and developing the character. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you can subscribe to the channel and like. Bye.